Welcome to all of you. In this video, we will know about the term regional novel. A regional novel is a novel which deals with the physical features like people and their lives, customs, habits, manners, traditions, language, etc. of some particular locality. However, this doesn't mean that regionalism is mere factual reporting or photographic reproduction. The regional artist emphasizes the unique features of a particular locality, its uniqueness in the various ways in which it differs from other localities. But as in all other forms, arts, so also in regional art there is a constant selection and ordering of material. In other words, regional art is also a creative art. M.H. Abrams also said about in his book A Glossary of Literary Terms about this regional novel that the regional novel emphasizes the setting, speech and customs of a particular locality, not merely as local color but as important conditions affecting the temperament of characters and their ways of thinking, feeling and acting. So, on the basis of the above statement, we can say that a regional novelist concentrates in his or her novels on a specified and particular area. Such a particular area may be rural or provincial, both. The people seem to have its deep impact on their character and personality. They do not affect their locale. The local affects them. The year 1800 is very important date in the history of English fiction. The beginning of the regional novel may be traced in the Gothic and the historical novels. Books of these genre are partially regional also. In the particular year 1800, Castle Recrent, the novels by Maria Edgeworth. She was born in 1767 and died in 1849. So her novel Castle Recrent was published in the year 1800. Here, for the first time, the scene has shifted from the urban background of the city of the London to Irish countryside. It was quite a new territory for the novel. She gave fiction a local habitation and name. She invented so-called regional novel. So the first regional novelist is Maria Edgeworth. It is she who perceived for the first time the possibilities of relating men and women to a particular environment. The other novels of this lady writer is Belinda, published in 1800, and The Absentee, published in 1812. "80 years later, Mark Twain's Huckleberry Finn, the novel that freed American fiction from the domination of specifically English literature, was greatly influenced by Maria Edgeworth. The Bronte sisters are also considered as the greatest among the regional novelists of England. They presented the life of Yorkshire and its rich and beautiful scenic background, while Charlotte presents its landscape realistically. Anne does so nostalgically. Emily brings out the beauty of the region fully, poetically, and superbly. There is a peculiar quality in Bronte sisters' presentation of Yorkshire. George Eliot also presented the true picture of Midland countries of Warwickshire and Derbyshire, which she has intimately known. Her novels have excellent regional note. She has realistically and accurately presented the life of Midland countries of Warwickshire and Derbyshire. Thomas Hardy was so excellent in his regional novels, popularly known as Wessex novels. Among the later Victorians, he is the greatest of the novelists and the most prominent as the regional novelist. His Wessex novels are the classics of English fiction. Here, the Wessex is a small trace or region of a country consisting of 6 counties of southern England. In this field, his Tess of D'Urbervilles, Far from Madding Crown, The Return of Native, and The Mayor of Casterbridge are the most popular and are very widely read. In the more recent times, Arnold Bennett, born in 1867 and died in 1931, is considered essentially a great regional novelist. His Five Towns gives a vivid and real description. His famous novels, Imperial Plays, Anna of the Five Towns, and The Old Wives' Tales, Clay Hanger, Hilda Laceways, and These Twain are his greatest regional novels. The other names in this field are R.D. Blackmore, Richard Jefferies, Robert Louis Stevenson, and J.M. Barrie, who wrote readable regional novels. In the 20th century, the regional novel has successfully established itself as a recognized form of fiction, but on account of the predominance of psychological element, the regionalism has been swept off it's in its original pristine. From D.H. Lawrence, who also showed his gift of regional novelist and celebrated Nottinghamshire in his novels. He in his earlier novels like The White Peacock, Sons and Lars, and The Rainbow, Westwood, the countryside of Lawrence's birth has been painted vividly, and the life of Colliers has been described with authenticity. Despite all these novelists like E.C. Booth, Webb Thomas Maltz, Sheila Kaya Smith, Constance Holm, F.B. Young are writing novels in this genre. So it is still popular form of novel writing in the modern age. The regional novel today is a well established art form with some of the greatest novelists of England as its devoted writers. So it could have been rightly expected that with the obliteration of regional and local differences following the mass use of swift means and communication, the car, the railways, the aeroplane, and the radio and the television, regional novel would lose its value and significance, but no regional novels of great worth and significance continue to be written. E. C. Booth, Murray, Webber, Thomas Malt, Sheila K. Smith, Constance Holm, Franz Brett Young are a few of more prominent practitioners of this form in the modern age. So this is all about the regional novels. Thanks a lot for watching this video.